Well, hi there, Andrew Bell here, and it's great to be with you just days after the event 2017. Of course, we've been talking about the event for some weeks now. I'm thrilled to be able to give you some of the results from the day. We had 2,000 odd people attending throughout the course of Sunday, resulting in 333 registered bidders who bought 54 properties under hammer on the day, with a further 11 that have sold or gone to contract subsequently. The total dollar volume sale was 40.6 million, and right now we have a flurry of contracts which we're negotiating on the remaining properties. Many of our sellers are in other parts of the world, and so it does slow down the speed of negotiations. I'm sure that the days to come will find the great majority of the 115 properties sold. There are some really clear observations that we've made as a result of the month of marketing, as well as, of course, auction day. There was a significantly higher number of sales in the $1 million plus bracket. For example, there were 3 different apartments which sold between 1.1 and 1.6 million. There were numerous house sales over 1 million. In fact, there was about 11 sales, and the highest sale under the hammer was 3.5 million, and that was in Paradise Waters. This is the strongest activity in the higher price bracket that we've seen since 2007. We recorded strong interest out of Melbourne and Sydney, and this activity could be broken into 3 segments. The first segment, there were a lot of people on the verge of retirement who were setting themselves up for retirement. They were buying now, even though they were not intending to move here for a couple of more years yet. I'll quote just one couple who sold a house in Melbourne for 2.8 million and buying a property here on the Gold Coast for 1 million. And they, of course, are going to invest the balance, the 1.8 odd million, into their retirement. The second group was out of Melbourne and Sydney also. And they were people purely buying holiday homes. They think the new Gold Coast is fantastic and want to spend more holidays and weekend getaways up here. The last group were just pure investors who were very open about the fact that you can't buy a decent investment in Melbourne and Sydney under 500,000. Whilst here on the coast, we still have a wide selection of properties in that price bracket. We also observed the signs of first home buyers reactivating. We really have not seen them for nearly 10 years. Unfortunately, many missed out on the day, whilst others were successful. There are a lot of them in the auction room looking to buy in the lower end of the market. The other clear message, which was coming through the month of January as a whole, was the great belief in the Gold Coast. People talked about the fact that it was clean and sparkling and never looking better. They were impressed with the way that we have had major investment in things such as light rail and the upgrades to Pacific Fair and other infrastructure investments. Almost everyone has commented on how we now have some of the best selection of restaurants in the country. And of course, everyone appreciates the Gold Coast will be better off for hosting the Commonwealth Games, and that will get enormous national and international attention over the year ahead. It's truly been a wonderful start to 2017 for Gold Coast property. To get actually sense of the auction last Sunday, you'll see at the end of this section we automatically come through with Channel 9's coverage for that evening news.
Going, done and sold.
Super Sale Day where the southeast market's booming. A record number of Gold Coast properties auctioned off.
We're selling, folks. We're playing for keeps now.
A clearance of 115 homes going under the hammer.
Sold your party there in the centre of the room. Well done, congratulations. So with so many people here during the holiday season, this is the perfect opportunity for them to do their buying.
Plenty of buyers were interstate, even international investors. Others came from just around the corner.
Born here, lived here all my life, so I kind of know what's going around, and this represented good value.
Cameron Boyer paid $535,000 for this 2-bedroom apartment in Surfers Paradise. For a little less,
367 I'll call it once.
This waterfront unit sold to another Queenslander buying his first home.
We live in Brisbane, but we drive down every weekend, so we love the Gold Coast.
With so many keen buyers and a shortage of stock, it's still a seller's market. Paradise in Paradise Waters sold for $3.5 million, but that's a bargain comparing prices around the country.
There's so much growth potential in the Gold Coast market. You look at areas like Sydney and Melbourne.
There's so much to offer here. It's growing all the time.
Even more buyers are expected to flock to the coast with confidence building ahead of the upcoming Commonwealth Games. It'll certainly attract more tourists, and it's already created thousands of jobs as the city prepares.
They're getting this growing confidence that it's the happening place in Australia now. We're now faced with a situation where over 270 of the registered bidders missed out on buying properties of their choice. We're seeking to relist new properties quickly. We have to be able to help those buyers with new stock choices over the next couple of weeks. The Event 2017 is not entirely complete. Last Sunday was the residential component. However, coming up on the 16th of February, we have our commercial component of the Event 2017. As most commercial buyers know, there is an acute shortage of properties available to purchase, and real estate is certainly now the preferred option for so many investors who know there is no return having money in the bank and are nervous about the gyrations in the stock market and are looking for a clean commercial investment. Have a look at the list of properties attached to this e-newsletter, as many commercial buyers may well find something that suits them. Our sales agents' contact details, of course, with each property. That's it for this week. I look forward to being back with you in a fortnight's time. All the best.